Group 3, welcome to Coach's Corner. This is Coach Greg. Week 7 drills. And you guessed it, more focus on improving our ability to start efficiently. Obviously, over the past few weeks, we've been improving our skill sets on a number of areas. Boat speed, mark roundings, starts, more starts, more starts, and guess what? Not to disappoint, more starts. This time we're going to focus a little bit more though on holding yourself up at the line. I noticed in the past few weeks you guys have been having a little bit of a problem in two areas. One is staying close to the line while we set for the drill. And the second is we're having a little bit of a challenge getting up to the line and getting up there with relatively slow speed and then hanging there. You guys can get to the line, but you get a lot of boat speed and it's causing you some challenges. So if you remember from last week, we had the start line drill. We had the boat start in the parking lot. And what I wanted you to do is come up to the line and hold the line for 1 minute. That was the intent. What I noticed is two things were going wrong. One, boats weren't in the parking lot. Two, you guys are having a really hard time holding the line for a minute. You would end up over here at the pin, or you'd have a lot of speed going, and it just puts you in a really bad position to have to re-rack, come back around, and try to get back into position. Okay, so one of the things we're going to focus on this week is heaving to. It's a good skill set to learn after you finish a race or as you come out to prepare for a race, and you want to get in the parking lot and just kind of stop and stay there. Rather than just flogging the sails endlessly, continuing to tack or sailing all over the lake, what you do here is something you guys should be familiar with, but we're going to practice it. So you sheet the jib on the wrong side of the boat. So you would sheet it, in this case, on a starboard tack, you would sheet the jib to the starboard instead of where it would normally belong on a port. The mainsail goes out and the rudder goes over hard to windward, like you're trying to tack. So what happens is you get a balance between the rudder trying to tack the boat and the jib being sheeted in. It tries to pull the bow of the boat off, and you end up with just a slow drift. But it's a very stable position. It's a good way to sit in the parking lot and not have to sail round and round and round in an aggressive manner. So we're going to practice this. As you get into the parking lot, when we call for the parking lot, I want to see everybody heave to. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do here is to focus a bit on our slow speed start line control. So this yellow boat here is intended to simulate one of you guys in the parking lot. We're going to call over four boats at a time by sail number. So as we call your sail number over, I want you to come over and not disappear under the mark as my PowerPoint did here, but I want you to come up. You can even touch the bow to the mark. So heave to in the parking lot. Coach will call your sail number. Come on over. Make a series of aggressive S-turns. If you recall from the videos last week, if you haven't watched them, take a look. Some of the Group 1 sailors are out there with us. Look how aggressive they are on their tiller movements. You can be that way in a start line. That's expected, and it's a good way to kill some speed as you come over. Main and jib are not trimmed properly. They're in and out to minimize your speed coming up. And then try to hold this position. The coach will whistle to you and release you, and then you can head up the course, and then the next four boats will bring in, and we're going to keep going through this drill. That's intent is to get you guys more comfortable with your slow speed boat position. So things we'll be looking for is being able to hold the nose of the boat to the ball. The other thing will be acceleration after you leave the start area. Acceleration and sail efficiently. On Wednesday, we'll probably do something very similar to this, except rather than accelerating and heading up course, what we're going to have you do is back down the course. So for Wednesday's drill, we'll probably have you come up, hold the ball for 30 seconds, and then we're going to say a backwind drill where we'll have you get a little more comfortable backing the boat up. I notice a few of you have a little bit of difficulty when we're backing up. Remember, the controls are opposite direction they normally are when you're going backwards. In fact, it's a little more intuitive if whichever way you move the tiller arm is the way the boat's going to go going backwards. It's not opposite like going forward. Looking forward to seeing you guys in practice. Please dress appropriately. Temperatures look pretty decent this week, but you never know. So please bring all your gear, and I'll see you in practice.